Hey everybody, this is Mandy from Chapel Forge. So, as you might be able to tell, I am sitting for this video, which is not typical. Usually I'm teaching you something or helping you learn more about, how to do things or whatever. Today, I'm just going to come at you with a life update. I haven't done one of these in a while, probably for a few months. So I thought it was probably a good time to just kind of let you know what's going on. We're in a slower kind of time here on our homestead. Sort of a slower time for the business. It's been a lot busier than most Januaries, which is great. I'm not complaining. So big, not really like big news necessarily, but some people have been asking if we're thinking about moving. We are thinking about moving. So we are working on getting this property cleaned up to put on the market. We put an offer in on a house last week. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. It was on the market for $80,000. It was the coolest house. It was built at the turn of the century. We weren't really gaining many acres, maybe only half an acre, but it had some really cool outbuildings. And it was in the area that we wanted to be in. And no zoning, like there was all kinds of cool stuff. But unfortunately, somebody put in an offer for $150,000, almost double the asking price. It needed a lot of rehab work, so it was probably like a flipper or something. And unfortunately, we wanted to pay cash, and we just couldn't compete with that. Nor do we really want to pay $150 for the condition it was in. So that didn't work out, which is a bummer. But we have plenty to do here, things we need to fix up here, stuff we want to get rid of or whatever before we put this house on the market. So that's coming. We don't have a timeline necessarily. We don't have to be anywhere at a specific time or whatever, but stay tuned. There'll be more details about that. Let's see. So typically in January, we are not that busy. Christmas, we are booming, fire pokers flying out the door, Christmas ornaments, all of that. This year has been different, which is great. We've been selling fire pokers and shovels like crazy in January. So we'll see if that continues into February or if people are just like spending their Christmas gift cards or something. Who knows? I have tons of orders for goat milk soap, which is great. That's really taken off. I was really nervous when I started soap because I'm not doing kind of traditional soap in that I'm not using like artificial dyes. I'm not using artificial fragrances, nothing synthetic or whatever. And I did that very purposely because I don't like strongly scented things. Ever since I had a concussion from a car accident, I really don't like strong smells. But people have loved it. It's been helping people with eczema and acne and all kinds of stuff. So I have a lot of fun things coming down the pike with that. Shampoo bars and beard bars and things. So just stay tuned. There'll be some cool new scents coming too, like lime avocado. That's been like a hot one. Like I think I already have a loaf sold and I haven't even made it yet, which is great. It's a good problem. The other thing that we're doing in January, sort of at my friend Missy at Homesteading Roots, who, if you follow me at all, you know that we are together a lot. They're doing the 1,000 Hours Outside Challenge this year. I typically don't start on these things because, like I've bought all the fancy planners and all that crap, and by the end of January, I'm not doing it anymore. So she's like, just hang it, and it'll just help you be conscious to like get outside or whatever. Sorry for my I need to get this mop trimmed. So I'm going to hang it. It's cool. It's really pretty. I thought I brought it out here with me, but I guess I didn't. So we're just going to kind of color in. If you're unfamiliar with what it is, basically you just kind of color in every hour that you're outside. We're going to do a family one. She's doing one. Each kid is doing one, which is cool because they have these different, kind of patterns hanging or whatever. So we're just going to do one as a family. We only have I don't know, we only just started, so maybe like 8 or 10 hours. We don't have that many yet. Obviously, in the summer, it's a lot easier to get way more hours outside. It's pretty frosty today, so I don't know if we got any snow overnight. We definitely got some rain, though, and, it's in the 30s. It's kind of breezy, so we still go for our walk every day and all of that. We just bundle everybody up and go do that, but obviously, we're not spending 8 or 10 hours outside like we would in spring, summer, fall. So we're working on that. Obviously I have dreaded taxes to start thinking about. I don't want to think about taxes. I always send my taxes in at the last minute, send them off to the accountant. I usually try to get them to her by like the beginning of March. But as far as what we pay in or whatever, I usually wait till the last minute because I'd like to hold my money as long as possible. So I'm not looking forward to that. I'm very organized as far as bookkeeping goes. Like I have all of that stuff. in QuickBooks and all of that, but it's just annoying and just gathering the papers and then how much do we owe and bleh, I just don't want to think about it. So we do have that coming down the pike. As far as our website goes, so our website's been up over a year now. I've been pretty consistently or trying to be consistently blogging. And obviously I've been consistent on YouTube. So I've had my YouTube channel up for about 6 months. Missy and I have been podcasting for almost 8 months. We started in May, I think, 7 or 8 months. So that's been really fun. So a goal for me this year is to really, really make sure that I get my blogs in. I've been really consistent with YouTube, really consistent with podcasting. I really want to make sure that I'm consistent with blogging and with email marketing. So those are some big business goals for me. They don't maybe sound like big goals, but when you have 2 toddlers, they're lofty goals. So I have that on my list of things to do also, in addition to soap. The goat is going to need to be bred this month. So she has gone into heat twice. Her previous owner told me she'd probably go into heat like 2 more times. So we were going to try to do it in December, but it was just too chaotic. So whenever she starts making a bunch of racket back there in the backyard, we're going to take her over. They live in York, where we're going to go get her bred and, let them make some noise, bring her home, and hopefully we'll have twins or triplets or something this spring. Last year, she had babies in May, which was awesome because I didn't have to do any artificial heat. I didn't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. They were just plenty warm with mommy and the straw, and it worked out great. So, if I breed her in January, she should have babies in June, which is great. I'm excited for that. I have her 2 girls from last time. I hit the lottery on the first try. So I'll have 2 girls that need to be bred this fall, which is great because I can always use more goat milk. I'm stashing it in the freezer to make soap. It's our favorite thing to make yogurt with. All kinds of things we can do with goat milk. So I'm really excited to have Twilight bred, have babies in the spring, and then get last year's babies bred this fall. As far as my chickens go, they are freeloading. As I know many of you have mentioned, you have a lot of freeloaders right now also. We're getting absolutely 0 eggs right now. But I can't complain. We got tons and tons of eggs over the summer and the fall. I water glassed, I'm guessing, 50 dozen maybe. So we're still working through those. Thank God I don't have to go to the store and buy $7 crappy store eggs because I have all my water glass eggs. If those run out and they're still not laying, then I have my freeze-dried eggs. Not our favorite, but they're there and, whatever, we'll deal. They're not bad if you do like souffle or like an egg casserole kind of thing or something. Just not my favorite scrambled. But I still have 2.5 5-gallon buckets of water glass eggs and several little random ice cream containers planted about my pantry. So I'm hoping we'll be okay as far as fresh eggs go. If you don't know how to water glass and you're interested in that, I have a video on it. I can link it. It's so easy and it's totally worth it when it's January and your chickens are freeloading and crappy store eggs are $6 or $7 a dozen. So the plan with the chickens is that I'm going to start a new batch this spring. We should have done this from the beginning and, live and learn. I want to start banding their legs. So like the 2023 birds will be pink and the 2024 birds will be green and blah, blah. It doesn't hurt them. It's just like a nice indicator to know what year they were from. I have some girls in there that they're probably 3 years old. I definitely have some 2-year-olds in there. So my 3-year-olds, they might be going to the pot. We'll see how that goes. And, I was getting 60 or so eggs a day still in the fall. So we'll kind of see how that's kind of an evolving thing. I'd also love to keep, Missy and I were talking about this weekend. I'd love to keep a separate batch of chickens so that I can have like some purebred ones right now. Like if I offer fertilized eggs or chicks, they're just a barnyard mix, which is fine. If you just want eggs, who cares? But if you want something specific, obviously I need to have a controlled environment for that so that I know that these are all one breed. So that might be coming down the pike. I'm not really sure. I'm not like super invested in that, but it was something I was thinking about. If we move, we are considering pigs and sheep. I would love to do sheep. I have been reading a lot about their milk. It has more protein and more butterfat content than even Jersey milk, which I just think is fascinating. I'll be curious to see what it tastes like. We don't love the taste of our goat's milk just to drink. We love it as yogurt, ricotta, things like that, soft cheeses or whatever. We don't love it just to drink. So I'll be curious to see if we like sheep milk. If you're raising sheep, for milk, I would love to hear from you. That's fascinating to me. I love also that they're tri-purpose, so you can get wool, meat, and milk from them, which I think is awesome. We'd love to do pigs. We're kind of thinking about kind of teaming up with our friends at Homesteading Roots. Maybe they'll do like cow milk and beef and bees or something, and we'll do like pigs, sheep, goats, or something, turkeys. Figure that out, because why should everybody do everything? Like, this is the whole community mindset thing that we kind of help each other out. So stay tuned. Lots of fun things coming as that goes. A lot of people have been asking just how we're doing health-wise. So if you haven't been following us for a while, Zad had a heart attack in December 2021. Yes, December 2021. And it was like a big wake-up call, obviously, for all of us. So, as a family now, we're down about 200 pounds, which is fantastic. I probably have another like 15 that I would love to lose. If I don't, I can't lie. I walk past the mirror and I'm like, dang, you look pretty good. Zad probably has 40 or 50-ish to go, so he's working on that. Bud is growing like a weed. He's almost 6 feet tall, which is insane. I'm almost looking up at him. I'm 5'8". I'm not super short, and I'm looking up at him. So everybody's doing really good. Zad's sugar has been hanging on like below 5, which is where we wanted it. His blood pressure's been doing really great. So we're not counting calories as strictly as we were when we started. Obviously, when he came home, we were like balls to the wall, counting calories and whatever. We've sort of we are super mindful of, are we full, and do we really need more, or do we just think we need more? So we've really been, once we got out of that tight calorie zone, which I feel like we needed to do right out of the gate, now we're just trying to be more mindful. Like, do we really need like a second piece of this, or, whatever. And we're just trying to keep it balanced. Like, we don't have dessert every night, but sometimes we make a homemade whatever, and we have that. Like last week or 2 weeks ago, we made frozen yogurt. That was delicious, with like frozen bananas and our homemade yogurt, and I forget, cocoa powder, things like that. And it was so good. So we're just trying to like find the balance. We're both recovering like food addicts. So this is, it's a thing, and it's something we're going to live with for the rest of our lives, is just trying to be very conscious of when we're full and, things like that. So health-wise, everybody is doing great. The babies are doing great. Zuzu is like 1.5 now, obviously walking, running like crazy, loves playing with her brother. Jamie's 3.5. We cut his hair. So if you've seen him in any of my prior videos, he probably had like his wild, like Einstein hair, which we loved. And I didn't cut his hair for 3.5 years. We were at Missy's at Homesteading Roots, and she always jokes she has a barbershop in the basement. She really doesn't. Just for us and her family. And so she cut Jamie's hair, and it's so cute. I love it. All his little calyx came out, and he's still just the same wild kid that we love. So that's what's happening here. Just a few quick life, business, farm updates. Obviously, if you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever, usually everybody knows like what's happening. So just wanted to give you a couple quick updates. If you have any questions about what we have going on or any of our products or whatever, let me know. Hope you guys have a good day.